Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video here today. Today we're here for something a little bit different. We're here for the FIA Manufacturer Series on Gran Turismo Sport. This is probably going to be another new series that I'm going to start on the channel now. Main reason I'm doing this is just for a little bit of variety, I suppose, and just again kind of an excuse to get off F1 and just not be playing F1 for 23 or 24 hours a day, like, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so yeah, we're here for round 1 of season 3 of the FIA Manufacturer Series. We've signed with Ferrari. I thought about signing with a couple of other manufacturers, but in the end I decided, no, let's just do something a little bit different. Let's just sign for Ferrari. So with all my shit talking out of the way, let's get into qualifying for here at Suzuka, shall we? Alright, so only 5 minutes for qualifying now, which is quite odd, not gonna lie. I did do probably the back end of season 2 of the Manufacturer Series, along with a couple of mates, as in I think I mainly did it with Stuart McKenzie, and I did it with a few others as well on the odd occasion. But yeah, so we're here for the start of season 3. So looks like it might only be a one-shot qualifying actually, because originally back in season 2 you had about 10-12 minutes to qualify, but we've only got 5 minutes here for round 1 in Japan, and it looks like we're really only going to get one run in. Obviously just trying to burn some fuel as well, because when you get given like 15 laps of fuel for no reason. So yeah, just trying to burn off some fuel. Obviously being on a pad makes it probably a bit more difficult than what it would be if I was on a proper quote sim rig, but I'm not saying anything on that front, but yeah, things will happen in the future. But anyway, that's all I'm saying. But decided to come back in, get a new set of boots, and it seems like basically everybody is doing their strategy of basically having a one-shot qualifying run. So we'll where are we now? We're at the back end of my qualifying lap. Alright, I should remember, I only made up this video about 12 hours ago, but no, short-term memory loss. So anyway, coming around the final chicane, probably if I can be in the 59s I'll be happy. That should put me in the top 10 up to the line now, and it's going to be 159.7, provisionally puts us in P6. 1.2 seconds basically off pole position, and with more people setting their times, we end up getting demoted down to P9. But I think, don't quote me, but I think if my memory's correct, that is where we stay. And as you can see right there, qualifying completed, and it's P9 for the season opener of the Manufacturer Series here at Japan. Not too bad. I felt like I could have done a bit better, but you know what, it's alright, it's not that bad. So we're going to have a top 10 start, so hopefully we can have a solid race. But speaking of which, let's get into it. But before that, let's see the intro. Right, here we are, round 1 of season 3 of the Manufacturer Series here on GT Sport. Pretty damn cool intro that was really nice, really well detailed. I actually really like watching that. But here we are, P9 on the grid, 19 runners. We do have a familiar face, Banana Josh, in here as well. I think he's down in 17th or something, so be interesting to see where he can drag his, I think it's Audi up to, I think that's what he was in, but yeah, I think that's everything that I need to say, so here we go, 3, 2, 1, and away we go. Starting the race on the soft tyre as well, so hopefully that can give us a bit of an advantage. Looks like it has done exactly that. We've got a very good start compared to Rosmo in the BMW. In P8, in the slipstream, we're going to pull out. We're going to try for a move in the inside end of turn 1. He brakes very late, he brakes too late, and he's off the road at the first turn. That's one other thing that's probably worth mentioning as well, is this was about my 3rd attempt at this race, and in the first 2 attempts, the amount of people that were just flying off at turn 1 was absolutely mental. I am also guilty of doing it myself in the very first race. I flew off the road at turn 1, honestly. I was probably worse than everybody, but yeah, we bounced back from that. But luckily, here in the final race, or the final attempt, I guess, that we did, we managed to survive turn 1 and 2, and surprisingly enough, so did everybody in front of us, apart from one. But anyway, so we'll fast forward a little bit now. We're going to head over to, where is it? I think probably 130R. We'll see if I'm right in a moment's time, but yeah, I don't think there's anything that I need to talk about. Pointless dribble. So anyway, and here we go. Honda off the road in 130R. We've got a Mercedes trying to look around the outside. BMW going around the outside as well, nearly 2-3 wide. We're going to try around the outside of the Mercedes. Gives us a bit of a squeeze there. You know what, that was probably fair enough. I mean, it's not like we were really alongside, and that allows the Lamborghini to get past us, so we demoted it back down to P9. Now 3 wide ahead of us down into turn 1. Surely this isn't going to end well. BMW goes wide, and the NSX is sliding, and he's lost it. He's around, and just like that, we've gone from 8th down to 9th and back up to P7. And well, I'm not going to lie, that didn't really come as a surprise, because 3 wide into turn 1 was never going to work. So let's have a look at the replay cameras first. Going on board with the BMW in P5 on the outside, 3 wide down into turn 1, gets a shove wide from the Honda. And then as you can see at the top left of your screen, the Honda just drops it on the curb. I think he might have been a bit wide, so we'll have a look at his POV now. As you can see, kind of stuck in the middle, not where you want to be. Gives the BMW a bit of a squeeze and just goes into turn 1 way too hot. Gets it up on the Ripple strip and just completely drops it, goes off into the sand, and that is his race effectively over. So, a bit unfortunate for him there, but on the flip side for us, that's 2 free positions, and it looks like there's 2 more for the taking, as the Lamborghini gets a very bad run coming out of that S section, but unfortunately we can't do anything. We're cutting on to the next lap. We're going to see if we can try and sneak up his inside on the exit. We get very good drives side by side now, and I want to get this move done, to be honest, because this is just letting the Mercedes in P5 get away, and as well letting everybody behind us catch up. But he gets a bad run out of the right-hander, and we should get this move done coming into the hairpin, and we do. Keeping an eye on the radar, make sure he doesn't go for a dive, and he doesn't. And there we go, job done. That's up to P6. So making solid progress in this race at the moment. Coming on to lap 5, basically all the leaders have now come in for their first pit stop, so I'd say they're all on soft tyres as well. And we only just jumped them as well. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was planning to do a 2-stop, but then when I realised how far behind I was, I thought I think I might have a better chance if I honestly try and switch to a 1-stop. So that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to stretch these soft tyres out the lap 6, but they really are not feeling great right now. Now we're being attacked by Renault on our outside, and as you can see, we just run him wide. We've got no grip. Alfa Romeo sneaks through and nabs 2 free positions, so I'm sure the Renault won't be too happy about that. But as I said, just absolutely no grip it's really difficult to try and keep this thing on the road, let alone try and hold these guys up. But the Renault gets past us into the final chicane. He got a demon run through 130R, and that just set him up for the move. And he gets up to P4. Next up, I think, is the pole sitter, who is right behind us. So quite odd to see him in effective P3, as we almost run off the road at turn 1 there. You do not want to get up and have your left side tyres over that curb, because it won't work. But as you can see, the Tens are now trying to get past us in a really awkward spot, and now trying to go around the outside, and this is just really kind of awkward right now, because I kind of want to let him go, but there's nowhere to do it in here, and now he hangs a left on us, which is kind of even more stupid, because he's just slowing both of us up right now. So this is really kind of awkward. He doesn't go for a move into, I believe, the first Degner. Gives us a little tap in the back end, but that's fair enough. And now he finally gets a good run on us, coming to the hairpin, and I decided to let him go right here, because at this point we'd lost enough time to the leaders, and was just slowing the both of us up. So I don't know, when I look back at this, maybe I should have done the 2-stop to play it safe. Yellow flag up ahead, and that's the Mercedes, who has absolutely binned it, coming out of 130R. Has he been helped? I'm not too sure, but that's gone horribly wrong for the Mercedes driver. So that's another free position. So into the pits on lap 6 for us now, for our one and only scheduled pit stop, if nothing happens at the back end of the race. So we'll see what happens. Re-emerging back on the track in P6 still, so we're in a pretty good spot here to potentially try and maybe grab a top 5 finish. But we're going to have to try and look after our tyres a little bit here in the back end of this stint, because this is not doing us any favours if they're going to wear out like they did in the first half of the race. But here we go into lap 8, following the BMW. He defends a little bit to the inside. We'll try and get a good run out of the first Degner, and we've hit him off there, and I think, yes, we get a penalty for that, 4 seconds. Jesus, okay, that's a kick in the guts, but yeah, I don't know what to say about that, honestly. I mean, we were so much quicker than him, and I think he was on a 2-stop strategy, so we'll have a look from his point of view, and just so you can see us in the rearview mirror. And not going to lie, on my screen, I personally felt like he hit the brakes, and I just wasn't expecting it, and we just hit him in the arse. So yeah, I will take the blame for that one, but serving our 4-second penalty now, and that's really annoying, because now that drops us down to P7, and more than likely with big flat spots on both our front tyres. At this point, I decided to make the decision to come in and change tyres, put a new set of softs on, and as you can see, off the road now at the final chicane, we just can't get this thing stopped or turned. Bit of contact with Rosno in the BMW, so I apologise for that as well, but the car was just out of control. I couldn't hang on to it. So into the pits now for our second stop of the race. This one is definitely unscheduled, but unfortunately things just haven't quite gone our way. We do re-emerge on the track, looks like in P9 maybe? Nope, P10 as the Lamborghini just gets past before we re-emerge on the track. So we re-emerge in P10, so still in the top 10, so that's not too bad. But now it's really time to get the hammer down and try and get past this Lamborghini if we can. We're trying to look for a move, but like the Attens learned on us, it's very difficult to make a move up through here, but we're going to completely ignore the laws of physics and go clean around the outside of the Lambo, and that is up to P9. Lamborghini's now got his hands full with P11 right on his backside, so that'll give us a bit of breathing room. And it was basically just, for me, for the rest of the race, it was really just a case of going hell for leather and trying to make up any more positions that we could, taking advantage of any mistakes from anybody in front of us, and yeah, just trying to make moves when we can. Getting on to lap 11, and we're now back up behind the Mercedes, who spun out just before the pit stop window. and he has bottled it once again and is now off the road, so a bit unfortunate for him there. So he will drop down out of the top 10, getting on to the final lap in P8. Yellow flags, and there's a car off over there on the right in the sand, and that now promotes us up to P7. And as you can see, we got 2 cars battling ahead for the final place in the top 5, so we could potentially snag a top 5 if something happens in this final chicane between these two. Through 130R for the 12th and final time. BMW defends to the inside, but he doesn't defend hard enough, does he? No, he just hangs on to the position, it looks like. Out of the final chicane, we're doing everything we can, but it's not quite enough. Rosno's going to hang on for P5, Toyota in P6, and for us it's going to be P7, which isn't too bad. I don't know, I mean, looking at the gaps, if we didn't have to serve that 4-second penalty and make that extra pit stop, I honestly feel like we probably could have been up with the Atenza and probably been fighting for 4th, maybe 3rd. Probably would have been a bit of a long shot to be fighting for 3rd, but there was definitely more than P7 on the cards. We were quick enough and we had the pace for a top 5, but not to be, unfortunately. But started 9th, finished P7. Pretty solid way to start off in the manufacturer series. Could be worse, so pretty reasonable way to start the season off. So hopefully we can just build off this momentum, have a solid finish, and hopefully in the next few races we can be up and trying to fight for a win. But that's it from me today, guys. If you guys enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, so you can stay tuned for plenty more. As well, I just want to say thank you guys for the immense support on the channel, as always, greatly appreciated. And yeah, until my next video, I'm not sure what that'll be, but anyway, until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.